Hi friends, it's Erin Chase from $5 Dinners and the new Dinner Made Easy show that we share every Wednesday here on Facebook Live. I'm super excited to get to cook dinner with you tonight. Tonight we are grilling and I'm super excited about this dinner that we're going to share, and I want to tell you a little bit more about it before we get started. I am super excited about this particular dinner because I know all of the plates are going to get wiped clean. We don't eat steak often, but when we do it like this. With steak, it is more expensive. It is not a $5 dinner. I don't make this very often. When I do, I pair it with really inexpensive sides, rice, homemade dinner rolls. If it's winter time and it's sweet potatoes and potatoes are on special, we will pair it with that, right? So I just want to make sure that you know, yes, I know that this is more expensive, but we're making a homemade marinade, a homemade Southwestern marinade for this. And we're going to serve it with some other inexpensive sides. We're serving it actually with rice and avocados. Avocados because we love them and because they're super cheap right now at my store. So actually the last 2 times I've been to the store, I had one son with me, my older son with me, one of the times, and my second son with me the other time, and I taught them both how to choose a ripe avocado. And I taught them how you just kind of give it a gentle squeeze, and if it has a little bit of give, then you're going to want to buy it because it'll either be ripe that day if it has enough give, or the next day or two when it's ready. You can also check by seeing if you can push off the little stemmy part at the top, and if it pushes off easily and it's kind of just a greenish brownish color there at the top where you push off that, oh my goodness, I'm blanking on that word, the stemmy part, then it will be ripe and you'll be ready to eat it. So I'm going to flip the camera around. Okay, so what we're doing, this is grilled Southwestern steaks, marinade, super simple. The first thing you want to do is salt and pepper the steak. So salt and pepper steak. I'm just going to pinch and sprinkle. Just a little bit. You could do it on both sides, but for the sake of time here and not needing to wash my hands, and I'm going to just do this one side. You could also, if you do your marinades like this, you could also salt and pepper underneath of this into an empty dish and then put the steak in on top. I do that with hamburgers as well. When I make hamburgers, I put the seasoning onto a cookie sheet, and I sprinkle the seasoning on the cookie sheet and then make the patties, and then press the patties into the seasoning on the bottom and then season on the top. It's just my little handy way of doing that. So salt and pepper on the steak. These are T-bones but sliced super thin, so they're not going to take long to grill at all. Allison asked that, so that's that. Okay, we are doing a 1/4 cup of lime juice. You could do lemon juice as well. We're also doing 2 tablespoons of canola, and I will absolutely link the recipe. I want to make sure you know that. I'll link the recipe. So we're going to whisk that together. I've done this. We are doing 3 teaspoons of chili powder, and I've actually added a smidge of crushed red pepper into this already. That's completely optional. I just wanted to add a tiny bit of heat to this. Tiny bit, like 2 shakes from the crushed red pepper flakes, like crushed, like ground up. You could do red pepper flakes as well. So then we're doing this. I'm not watching what I'm doing. I'm actually watching through the camera. How funny is that? I hope this doesn't go all over my white shorts I'm wearing. That would be terrible. Okay. Doesn't that look delicious? And minced garlic. If you're not a fan of garlic, go easy. If you are a fan of garlic like I am, go big. This is 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and some of the juices. So I'm going to drop this right in and whisk it up with everything, and then we're pouring this right onto the steak. So this is it, just those ingredients. A 1/4 cup of lime juice. This is for 4 thin steaks. You might need to up or down this if you're making fewer steaks or more steaks. Definitely go up or down on the amount of marinade that you need. So for these 4 thin steaks, we've got a 1/4 cup of lime juice, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 3 teaspoons of chili powder, and 2 teaspoons of minced garlic. I also want to share about this particular meal. This is one of my Freeze Easy meals. This is one of the meals that we are sharing this month in the 31 days of Freeze Easy meals, and this is freezer friendly. So how you would get this ready for the freezer put the steaks into a bag. I would lay them flat like this into a gallon-sized bag, and then just carefully angle them up as you pour this marinade in, and then you can freeze the steaks in the marinade, and the steaks will be so much better after they thaw. They thaw and marinate at the same time, and super awesome. These will not take long to thaw at all because they're super thin, and so you could thaw them in a tray, just like a tray or a rimmed cookie sheet, or even this, just with a little warm water. You could place them in there. They'll thaw in 15-20 minutes and be ready for the grill. Normally, I would let this sit for a while, but because I just feel like sharing a little grill sizzle tonight, I'm going to not do that. We gotta get all this goodness out of here. Normally, I would let this marinate I would have started this morning if I wasn't showing you this, right? Or I would have even started it last night into the fridge. I mean, can you see that garlic? The longer you marinate, the longer the lemon juice has to really get into the beef fibers and really add the flavor. So doesn't this look amazing? Okay, I'm just trying to stir it around. Everybody's like, yes, please. Y'all can come over for dinner later if you'd like. Maybe I'll make some extras. So we have the grill going. I don't think we've got it screaming hot. We've got it over medium-ish. All right, so here we are. And these are very well coated, as you can see. This is a pretty loose marinade. How about that garlic? How about that garlic? I mean, for real. For real. Campfire stew, Jennifer. Now you're speaking to my heart. We love to go camping. Love to camp. I've got 4 boys. 3 of them are in Scouts now. And here we go. Hello. Kristen is the girl grill master. All right, we might just have to start ourselves a little girl grilling club here. Okay. Here we go again. I'm gonna put this one over here so they're all close together. We left the lid open so it's not screaming hot. Review the recipe with you, and then I'm gonna tell you about next week's show, and then I'm gonna hop and finish those steaks. They'll be done, seriously, in just a minute. The recipe, again, this is grilled Southwestern steaks. I did 4 thin, really hot, 4 thin New York strips, I think, or T-bones, New York strips, I think, and a 1/4 cup of lemon or lime juice, 2 tablespoons of canola oil, 3 teaspoons of chili powder, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, up or down on the garlic, whether or not you like it, and depending on how much garlic if you're a garlic fan, add more, add less, whatever. I did a pinch, like 2 little dashes of ground red pepper. So add just a tiny bit of heat, not much. I don't want it to be too hot for the boys. So then I mixed all that together, salt and pepper on the steaks, marinate over the steaks. I would normally marinate for an hour at least, a day, overnight, whatever. In this case, I just threw them on the grill so you guys could watch them get going. Next week's show will be Wednesday afternoon again. We're making a ginger salmon. We're gonna bake a ginger salmon, a ginger glazed salmon. It's remarkable. It is so, so delicious. It's the perfect combination of ginger and sesame and peach preserves. It's outstanding. So that's what we'll be making next week. I will share that recipe over the weekend. If you do want to cook that with me next week, I will share that recipe this weekend so you can see all the ingredients that you're going to need. Today I'll be back next week with more great recipes in the Dinner Made Easy show.